Chocos and Chocolates and in between, Roberto here for another video review. It's a special one. It's the KitKat Chunky Caramel. Yes, Finish was out a few years back, but I don't think I ever had it the first time, or I don't particularly remember it. I think I've half told a lie there, because I feel like I did have a KitKat Chunky Caramel, but it wasn't this one. I think I had double caramel in it, or 2 different kinds of caramel, 3 different kinds of caramel, I think. I'm not sure. I do remember reviewing it on the channel, I think. So if I remember, I'll put a link to the video review up in this corner of that one. I'll probably put a link up there of all my KitKat Chunky reviews, actually, so you have a playlist of those. But yeah, so check those out. But after you watch this, of course. But yeah, so there we go. So it looks very interesting, this one. I'm very much a fan of KitKat Chunkies generally. And I found this one. It was rumoured to be in Tesco. It might still be there, actually. It might be there. But I got it from Home Bargains, basically, in the entrance where it's all new and exciting stuff sometimes is. So there we go. Yeah, so very excited for this, I must say. I'm big fan of KitKat Chunkies. Yeah. And this one, very much a big fan of caramel as well. So they've not been tempted to do salted caramel either, which is interesting. You might normally think, oh, I'm just going to do salted caramel or something like that, but they've not done. So I quite like that as well. I like the way it is a no-nonsense one. They've not really tried to sort of, as they do any sort of salted caramel shenanigans with it. So yeah, that's very nice. But they did do salted caramel with there's another one I've got to review actually. Their popcorn one here, and that is salted caramel. So you couldn't blame them if they have done salted caramel. They've already used the flavouring there, but interesting, but they haven't. So, yeah, so there we go. So what else is there to say about it? Well, let's have a look on the back. Let's see what the calories are like and stuff like that. So it's a 43.5 gram bar. Let me see points, do you, in weightages? But there we go. We have in this case 400 grams, 494 calories. Which is below the chocolate bars tend to be between 500 and 550. So calories per 100 grams. So that's less than that, fewer than that. So not bad at all. 24.5 grams of fat, 14.2 of which are saturates, and then per bar, 215 calories, 10.7 grams of fat, 6.2 of which are saturates. Hashtag my break. 1 bar is 1 serving. Nestle Cocoa Plan. It's working with the Rainforest Alliance to support, what's that say? It says local farmers, I think, cocoa farmers and their communities. So it's vegetarians as well. Yeah, yes, it's done a cool dry place, best before sea end, and ingredients under the seal. Under the fin seal, that's interesting, I've heard of that before. Fin seal, alright. Humans under here, because it does look a bit like a fin, something like that, but fin seal, that must be the official name for that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, alright, so there's the ingredients there, is it upside down? It is now. Okay, crisp wafer finger with a caramel topping, 18%, covered with thick milk chocolate, 63%. Yeah, so what's that add up to? That's what's that, 81% is that? So there's a hidden 19% there. Where that's gone. Okay. Got some interest in there. Can't see anything too much other than obviously the things in bold. Rainforest Alliance Certified Cocoa. Find more at ra.org. Just what that really means, of course, we don't really know, so I would look into that if it is important to you by going to ra.org. Is there actually any palm oil in there? I cannot see any. Oh, yes, there is there, yeah. I thought, yeah, palm oil there. Palm. Yeah. Vegetable fats or palm fat, palm. Yeah, I guess it's palm oil, isn't it? It's the same difference. Or at least the palm plant is, or palm tree, or whatever you want to say. Palm plant, I think, isn't it? But is involved, so that's the important part as far as palm's concerned. So. Alright, well, a bit of flourishes going on here, so I think you can see the bar's a lot smaller than it appears on the outside. But it looks quite nice. Well, I like the look of this one. I do like the look of it, that caramel. Oh, yeah, salted caramel usually has a blue sort of look to it, and I mean, not just so to say that this is why it's blue on this one, but when you see salted caramel products, they tend to be blue, for whatever reason, you can see, I guess salt, that's blue or something, I don't know, but salted pretzel, that one of course, but you know what I mean anyway, you can get the point. But this one, yeah, nice and golden, so I like that. So alright, let's give it an open, so it looks like, so let's do it, let's give it an open. Okay, now I'm going to give this Nestle KitKat Chunky Caramel an open, yes. So very excited for this one, yes. And I know Alan Lockhart was very much looking forward to this one as well. So let me know, Alan, in the comments if you've had this one, what you thought. I think you said you did have it, but didn't tell me what you thought. So I think because you were not wanting to spoil the review for me. So, but do let me know. And anyone else, of course, who has had this bar, let me know what you think as well. All right, well, let's give it a bit of an open then, shall we? So time recording, I've done about 940 odd reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, not done so already. In the top right corner, I'll put links to a place for all my other reviews, as well as some KitKat Chunky reviews and other KitKat reviews and Nestle reviews. Probably some caramel reviews as well, maybe. So yeah, go check those out after you watch this one. Hopefully enjoy those too. It's a bit melty today in the in my house. I mean, it's not that warm really, but nonetheless, you know, there's big lights on the stuff here, so you can see it is a bit melty. But so what we'll do, before we flip it over then, because it is a bit like that, we'll give it a bit of a measure. I've just got the calipers here, so can they go wide enough? I think they can. Look at that, yes. I have to be a bit careful because the it's a bit warm today, so the chocolate's a bit soft, so obviously don't want to push into it. Yeah, so it's about yeah, 11.5 centimeters basically there. Too bad. And the width, this is at the bottom of course, at the top it'll be different. Let's get to 0. Okay, about 2.9 centimeters there. And the height, about 1.5, 1.6. And there we go. Yes, there we are. That's what it looks like there. Looks pretty nice, doesn't it? You can see it's like 3 segments sort of, in a weird way. Not sure why they do that, but they do. I've seen them in 2 segments before now. It can depend on the KitKat Chunky. But you can clearly see here, there's like a step at the bottom as well, isn't it? You know, it's clearly, well, those measurements we gave a minute ago, all at the bottom. At the top, it's very much a different story. It's even, it's not even like it's a gradual slope. They've literally got a step there at the bottom as well. So if we measure it at the top, a bit less accurate this one, but it's hard to get it right at the top. In fact, I think we'll just use the ruler actually. I think we're losing some accuracy anyway, so maybe we use the calipers because we can't get quite at the top. So let's have a see. Yeah, so about 10.5 centimeters now at the top, and then the width about 2 centimeters. Yeah, so you know, it's about lost about a centimeter basically in the length, and the width. Yeah, I've lost about a centimetre again, I think. Yeah, so crazy really, that just goes to show. Yeah, just goes to show. And if you look at the fact that you know, the flourishes on the wrapper as well, I mean, look at that, and this is the bottom, don't forget, so we've lost basically pretty much fit in another segment there pretty much, you know, so it could be 4 along, and don't forget this is at the bottom, so if we were measuring it at the top, well, you know, you'd lose another centimetre again, wouldn't you? We just determined that, so you know, it would be even further back. I don't know, let's just say I don't know how much a centimetre is, but I pushed it a slight bit off there, maybe about a centimetre. You know what I mean? So yeah, when you think about it, as I say, obviously that's a bit harder to represent because it's still, you know, it will take up that amount of space at the bottom, but you know what I mean? It's only that little bit at the bottom that's that far out. Yeah, that step basically. So, but at the very least, you're losing a segment pretty much. So yeah, 1/4 of the bar. That pretty poor. That really, pretty poor. Let's say if we measure the, it's about 15.5 centimeters. And what do we say at the bottom? 11.5. Yeah, so it's 4 centimeters. Yeah, 4H12. So yeah. So hopefully there's a 1/4 there, if not more. So pretty poor that. Right, let's have a look at it then, shall we? Let's give it a bit of a snap. Okay, that it didn't snap on the crack on the segment thing there, which I thought it would be on the partition, but glad it didn't, because now we can see the caramel. And look at that, yes. Yeah, look at that. Lovely that, isn't it? It looks lovely. You can see the top caramel's a bit darker, but I think it's just because there's less of it. Yeah, look at that. Still the same segment. Looks lovely. You can see the beautiful partitions there of the wafer. I found that there was that sort of cocoa filling is actually KitKat offcuts, so they just basically pulverised and put back into the chocolate apparently. So I don't know which came first, but, but yeah, that's kind of what it is. You can see that lovely gooey caramel as well. Now, it was runny when I separated it. We can see crunch bit on the this bit here. It's bulging out. Look at that, and you can see the golden. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that, it's beautiful, beautiful. Right, well, we need to give this a taste, don't we? Let's do it. Let's give it a taste. Very excited for this. Right, okay, now I'm going to give this KitKat Chunky caramel a taste. Very excited for this one. Look at this. Let's have a break, have a KitKat. Yeah, KitKat Chunky caramel. Looks very, very nice indeed. So yes, I've got, as I say, you would have seen I've snapped it in half a bit before, so we'll get one of those halves now. Well, it's not quite a half actually, it's more like a big bit of a section. So you've got this nice bit of dribbly caramel there, because it's nice runny caramel. And the KitKat Chunky centre there, the wafer. That sort of cream filling, which actually is apparently, as mentioned before, KitKat Chunky offcuts that they've just pulverised and put back in the bar. So, or KitKat offcuts at least. So yes, let's give it a taste. Very excited for this. Can't smell any caramel particularly or anything like that, but definitely normally can smell caramel, really, can you? But either way, let's give it a go. Let's do it. Very soft topper. There's the caramel. Nice crunchy, nice crisp crunch actually. A bit more crisp than normal, well, I remember anyway. But you know what? Not that great. That's a bit of the chocolate. Has a bit of a funny taste to it. I don't know if it's the chocolate or the caramel. It's Nestle milk chocolate, and it can be quite hit or miss really. And usually KitKat Chunkies, I don't mind. It's quite nice, but for whatever reason in this case, I don't know. It's quite a thick chocolate topper there. You can see it's quite thick on the top. Yeah, you know what I mean, around the edges. So it just, I don't know. I quite like Yorkies and things like this, but it's just Nestle milk chocolate, but a big chunk of it. But I don't know. Well, the caramel is very it's got a bit of a sweet taste to it, but it's a very overly sweet taste. It's too sweet. It tastes artificially sweet, a bit saccharine almost, you know. Yeah. Lovely crunch. As I say, it's really crisp actually. But yeah, I don't know. Caramel doesn't really have much of a taste to it, but as I say, it does taste a bit. But when you do taste, it does taste a bit false. And for some reason, the chocolate, I don't know, just doesn't seem to taste very nice. I don't know if it's because it's quite soft. I don't know, but it's I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe it needs to be refrigerated or something. I don't know, but it's a slippery slope that one really. I don't. There are some chocolate products that taste better, you know, refrigerated. Mars bars have been a prime example, really. But obviously, I just review them, you know, as they are. I can't review them 2 or 3 times if you count frozen as well, which is so. However, some other bars taste better when frozen. You know, taste different again. But I don't know. It just doesn't taste. I don't know. I think that for some reason the chocolate tastes different than normal. I don't know why it is. It's just mine or something. But I really like the crunch. I think the crunch is really spot on. But the chocolate tastes a bit. Chocolate's it's quite obvious that the chocolate isn't that great for some reason in this one. I don't know why. It's not normally the case in KitKat Chunkies, but it really is here. And the caramel just tastes a bit. It doesn't have much of a taste, but when you do taste it, it just tastes a bit too fake almost. I don't know. Very disappointing this one actually. Very disappointing. I mean, KitKat Chunky peanut butter is one of my favourite bars ever, and I really like that weird raspberry and hazelnut one they did a few years back as well. I think it might have just been raspberry. I'm not sure. We had like a raspberry sort of sauce that you could the type of sauce you get on a nice, you know, ice cream, like a 99 whatever you get from the, you know, from Mr. Whippy or what have you, or just a Mr. Whippy ice cream. But yeah, that was very nice. And some of the others are just generally quite nice. You know, I quite like the popcorn import one I had as well. I've not tried the UK one yet, which I need to do actually. I thought it was the same bar, but it turns out to be different. I just generally like KitKat Chunkies. But this one, yeah, I don't know. Let's just try the last of it. Yeah. It just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't. Maybe it did need to be salted caramel. I was commending it before for not being salted caramel, but maybe it did need to be. It just has something a bit more interesting about the caramel, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it. Maybe the caramel needs to be thicker. a bit more of an impact. I don't know if it's just too runny. I'd say it's got a great crunch to it. I think the crunch, they've nailed that, and it seems to be even nicer than normal, really. But I said the chocolate seems a bit off, and the caramel seems a bit off. It's just not quite right, this bar. I don't know what they've done to it, really. I don't know if they've changed the chocolate across the board for KitKat Chunkies, and I've just not had one, for as I say, whether this is the first one they've done it to, or I've not had one for long enough that I've missed it or something. I don't know, but yeah, definitely a disappointing one. This one. Yeah. I think I don't think there's much more to say. Just very disappointing. I think that to sum it up, really, the chocolate seems a bit off. It's a bit too. It just doesn't taste that great for some reason. Yesterday milk chocolate can be not great at the best of times, really, but for sometimes it does work. And KitKat Chunkies, Yorkies are definitely instances where it just does work and it is nice, even though it's quite obvious that it's not hidden by anything else, especially in Yorkies, but they just taste nice. But for some reason, for this one, I don't know whether the caramel seeped into the milk chocolate or something, or whether they've done something different. I don't know what they've done, but it just didn't taste that great. And because it was quite thick, not as thick as a Yorkie by any means, but because it was relatively thick, it was obvious as well. You could really taste it. It wasn't that great. And then the caramel as well was just a bit. I don't know. You couldn't really taste it really, but when you could taste it, I'd say it tasted just a bit too saccharine, just a bit too fake. So it didn't really add much to the bar. The only good thing about it was the wafer, which has a really nice crunch to it, more so than I remember actually. So that bit they've actually upped the game on. But yeah, so overall, very disappointing for those reasons, really. And I don't say it's horrible, or anything. It's very disappointing. But I don't think I can mark it down because it's very disappointing. And another thing as well, actually, was the flourishes as well. You saw that it could have basically had another segment of the bar, or whatever you want to say, another third of it. Basically, it seems to be, as I say, marked off in sort of like into 3 segments, but not really segments. But either way, a third of it, you could clearly see that you could fit another one of those in. Another weird false, like the way it's so much wider at the bottom than it is at the top, and the length as well. Meaning it's a centimetre longer at the bottom is at the top, and a centimetre wider as well. So it's just really disappointing that it's really sort of false. I mean, that's generally with KitKat Chunkies anyway, but even so, a bit disappointing. So yeah, I think for me, as I say, I can't. It's still it's okay. It's not horrible, but it's just really disappointing. I was really expecting a lot from this, but really disappointing. Yeah. So bear in mind that 3 is the average chocolate, and the average chocolate is nice. This is still, it's okay, but it's certainly below average. I wouldn't say it's horrible or anything like that. So I don't think I can give it below a 2. So I can't really give it higher than a 2 either because it's below average. So I think for me, that's pretty much a clear-cut 2 out of 5. Really disappointing. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that review, guys. Let me know what you think on this one, whether you like this one, whether you're disappointed about it or not. And click on all these links that are appearing on the screen now. Go to support the channel by continuing to watch my content, and check out the YouTube member program and Discord server, things like this. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment as well. Always great to hear from you. Always do my best to reply. Have a great day also, and I'll see you next time. Oh yes, and subscribe too. Take care, guys. Bye for now. See ya.